Hi everyone, it's Josh from TradingPriceAction.com. Today's currency spotlight for October 30th, 2013. We're going to be looking at a currency pair and then two trade updates that I've recently entered. So first, let's look at the couple trade scenario that could be forming in the near future on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar on the daily chart. Now, I'm not going to be entering any trade on this currency pair for a reason that I'm in the New Zealand dollar with this trade, and then I'm on the Australian dollar with this trade. So this currency pair is just pretty much untradeable for me since I'm already in currently two trades with these two currency pairs. But I'm just showing you guys something to watch if you guys aren't in this. You can be watching for a trade to occur on this currency pair. So I'm marking 3 support resistance zones for us to watch for and watch for price action to occur at any of these levels. So if you remember from the week ahead, I'd marked this level right here on the chart and was talking about watching for price to come up, hit here, and then come back down. But since then, we have had prices retrace a little bit, so we're to have a couple different scenarios to look for. Actually, a couple additional scenarios that we could be watching. Alright, well, we could still have the first scenario to happen where it comes down right here, retraces, and then hits back up here, and then we have a bearish price action trace up to form, and then we're going to sell short. Now, with this retrace, a couple other trade scenarios have presented themselves. For example, we should expect prices to bounce off this support zone right here. As you can see, it's already being resisted, and I drew this is because you can see touches here, touches throughout here, and multiple touches throughout here. So we know this is a respected support zone. So that's why prices are getting stopped here. So we should expect prices to come up here and to at least touch this zone right here. Now what I would predict is that prices are going to go through this zone right here. And I drew this zone because we have a touch here, touch here, touch here, and then touches through here. So what I expect to happen is for prices to come through here, come through this resistance zone right here, and then come up here and hit this and stop. Now when they do that, we got to be careful with trading short because it's going to be trading right into this resistance turn support zone right here. So if we better be careful to watch that, but if it does do that, we're going to watch here. If it bursts through here, we can continue to trade short, but let me clean it up a little bit. It comes through here, comes back down, and then forms a bullish price action right here. We're going to look to go long, but we got to be careful with this zone right here. So if it does do this, if it does come up here, hit this zone right here, drop down, hit this zone right here, and then come back up, ideally what we're looking for is for price to burst through this and then come back down, retest, and then for us to go long. The reason why that's ideally what we're looking for, is because as you can see, the trend started down here, and since then it's gone up, down, burst through this resistance zone, and then came down, retested again. And what we should be looking for is for them to come through here, burst through this resistance zone, come back down, retest, and then burst through this resistance zone again, come back, retest, and then keep bursting through. So it's a pretty well-defined uptrend, and we should expect that to happen if it keeps bursting through this. And that's why ideally we're going to look to enter the trade right here, as once prices hit right here and go up, there's no more real strong support zones over here that we should be afraid of, like we would if we were trading right here or right here. So just a quick recap. There's multiple trade scenarios that could form with these 3 support resistance zones in this area, but the ideal one, like we're looking for, is for price to come up, come back down, come up, come back down, and then for us to enter right in this area right here for us to go long. So that's just multiple scenarios that we should be watching for, as there's a couple of strong support resistance zones right around prices right now. Now I'm just going to give a quick update on my 2 trades that I have going. The first one is Australian dollar, Canadian dollar on the daily chart. And if you go look at the trade details I posted, I ended on this bearish sandwich trade setup that's formed right here. As you can see, we have an up bar, an inside bar, and then this bar that engulfs the inside bar. Now since then, prices have gone down, and as you remember, I ended the trade a little bit late, so I wasn't able to get the full potential of entering right here, but I still entered right here, which isn't too bad. Since then, prices have came down and they've hit a little resistance or support right here, my bad. But I don't see this as very strong resistance or support. So what I would assume is for this bar right here, which is still forming on the daily chart, to continue down and into my next take profit level. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So that's what I'm looking for on the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Now if we go to the New Zealand dollar, US dollar daily chart, now I entered this trade today. Actually, I set my buy stop today, so this trade actually has not been entered yet. But as you can see, my entry is right here, my buy stop loss down here at the bottom of the wick, and currently prices are right here, which is what it should be doing, which I would expect to be doing. So don't be scared once you enter a trade and it suddenly goes against you like this, because more than likely it's going to hit this support zone right here again and then continue up. So that's what I'm expecting for it to happen right here. As you see, it went down a little bit, but now it's coming back up, and I should expect us to enter this trade in the near future and then for the trade continue up. So that's it for today's currency spotlight. Hope you guys took some notes for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar daily chart. Make sure you're watching that for some key areas of support and resistance are coming up in the near future for the prices. And then I gave you 2 quick updates on the 2 trades I'm in. So that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's currency spotlight. Till then, safe trading, and I'll talk to you guys soon.